What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about my top 5 tips on how to grow your business with Instagram. So I feel like when I researched this, when I wanted to grow my Instagram, there were so many things on YouTube that would say like how to get like 50k or 100k followers in 1 week, or like do this and you're going to get this many followers. And like if you see those, like those are not true. They just like basically are baiting you to watch their video. But I have like things that I've done that have helped me to grow, and I'm just gonna like say this now. I only have 21k on Instagram, but I've only had my account for 2 years. And also, even though I don't have like a huge following, I sell almost every single piece of art that I put on there because of what I've done to connect with the Instagram community. So my first tip is quality photos and reels. If you have a crappy phone or like one that isn't really advanced, try to upgrade it, even if it might cost you a little extra. Or I think you can get those things that clip on like your camera that make it better. Literally try and do whatever you can to get the best photos, the best, I don't know, if you can even maybe, there are some like cheaper cameras. I think you have to do your own research on that, but I think there's like, you could buy one off Marketplace for like $100. It'd be cheaper than maybe upgrading. But just try and get the best quality photos as you can with the best camera, either on a phone or like a real camera. And not only that, but natural lighting, or buy one of those like ring lights. I know I saw on TikTok shop you can get the ones that literally just clip onto your phone, and it's like a rechargeable light, and they work so good from what I can tell. I used to have one, but it broke. Not the clip one, a different one. But yeah, if you cannot get outside, or if you live somewhere that's cloudy a lot, you really need to invest in one of those. For almost every single picture, actually I think all of them, and my reels, I'm always outside, and I always shoot my videos and pictures at like this specific time, because at like 2 p.m. by like where my apartment is, the sun like hits perfectly across like the front porch, and it's not direct sunlight. I don't think direct sunlight looks good. I think if it's like a really sunny day and you're like in a shaded area outside, that's like the best lighting in my opinion. So also getting just like, I'm using this selfie stick. I think I got it for like $15 off Amazon. But basically it's like it can extend really high, and then it like compacts into like this little like stick, so it's really easy to like put in my backpack if I want to go take content at the park or wherever. So just to summarize, taking good quality content, photos, reels, videos, a good camera, or upgrade your phone if you don't have like a good camera on your phone, a selfie stick, and make sure you're using good lighting. Tip number 2 is do interesting content. I like knew this, but for the first year I was just like posting, and sometimes it's really hard to come up with like interesting content. But I kind of just like posted a lot, and then I kind of saw what people liked the most, and whatever people liked the most or interacted with the most is what I would create more of. And then I would just like learn what they liked after that, and kind of just like, it's kind of like trial and error. But the things that worked best personally for me were behind the scenes of like creating or doing something. People love process videos, something unique about what you do. There's so many people creating on Instagram and just like all over the internet. You need to really be creative to stand out, do something unique that people don't see a lot. I feel like you have to experiment so much to find out like what could be your niche that is like different from everyone else. It could also be a before and after. That's something I do a lot, because sometimes like a process video or like behind the scenes, like it's too much work in my area. My work area is always like super messy, so in order to kind of give them a glimpse but not like record the whole process, I'll do like a before and after, which is like the best. I've gotten like 500,000, I think is like my most popular reel is 500,000. And it goes from this t-shirt, like lizard shirt, into like a pair of pants. I can include the clip right here. people seeing the process or like what you created from whatever you had, people love that. Yeah, so interesting content. That was tip number 2. Number 3 is quick and to the point. People don't realize how, like, people get uninterested so quick. If you're on TikTok or you're doing reels or scrolling or whatever, and you're seeing like people making a video, people will scroll if it's taking too long to get to the point. So what I have found that works the best is I've literally made a video almost every day for like 2 years, and the way people get, like, they stay watching it is if you do like 1 second intervals. So I'll do like 1 second of like my t-shirt, and then I'll do another second of like the back of the pants, and another second of like the way my hair looks, just like going from clip to clip to clip. People's attention spans nowadays are so short, and I'm not just speaking about other people, me as well. I've noticed this about myself. If I'm watching someone make a video on my Instagram, and they're just like, it's not getting to the point, I'm just scrolling because like I just want to see it. I don't got time to sit and watch like a 1 minute reel. Like 1 minute is too long. I try to keep mine like 50 to 30 seconds at the most. Right, tip number 4. Spend time quieting your mind to come up with good ideas. I know this is a little bit of like the hippie in me, but even if you're not like a hippie or whatever, this works so well. If you just, I don't know, you don't have to even meditate. I meditate like half an hour or an hour every day just to quiet the mind, because if our minds nowadays are constantly going from like this to this to this to this, like we're just like in such a fast-paced society, because we're thinking so much, we don't have room to come up with like really great ideas. I don't remember exactly who this was. I think it was Albert Einstein or some like crazy inventor would meditate like 2 hours a day. And what they would do is they would sit and they would hold, I think it was like a really heavy weight or something, and they would hold it and they would meditate every day. And then if they would fall asleep, the like weight would drop and they'd wake back up and go back to meditating so they wouldn't fall asleep. But this inventor, I'm pretty sure it's Albert Einstein. Correct me in the comments if you know who it was. But a like really insane inventor that was not a hippie, not spiritual or anything like that. They literally just figured out that the way to come up with insane, revolutionary things is to quiet their mind, and their subconscious, their creativeness would just literally, it would just like form. I don't really know how else to explain this, but it works so well, because if you're anything like me, you want to get stuff done, you want to go, so you're like, I don't have time to meditate. But let me tell you, as soon as I started meditating again, like 30 minutes a day, I started coming up with like crazy ideas, and not only that, but just like executing them great, because I felt like I was more intentional and slower with creating, and I wasn't so like go. And that's what made so many of my reels get so many views. I've gotten so many like new followers recently ever since I started meditating. Like I definitely see like my not hard work is paying off. The slower the better. Just trust me on this. If you don't like to meditate, I came up with other ideas on how to like quiet your mind to come up with good ideas. Go out in nature. This speaks for itself. Nature literally just, it's so healing and mind opening, and yeah. Eat healthy. I know this doesn't seem like it correlates, but when I was eating like kind of garbage, like I was a vegan before, I still am, but I was a vegan. I was like, but I'd constantly have like stomach aches because I just was eating like processed vegan foods. So when my stomach was constantly like not happy or having a hard time digesting my food, it was hard to have a clear mind to create, because subconsciously my mind's like, what's in your stomach? Why is this taking so long to digest? Like, you don't think a lot about it, but things like having like a not good diet will affect your creativeness. It's just like crazy, like the things that you don't think of will actually affect you. Another tip is to minimize TV and phones. If you just like having that time at night to sit and watch TV, which I totally understand, try to replace it with a book. But if you can't, at least find a good podcast, because in that way you're learning, you're evolving your mind. Podcast I really recommend is the Jay Shetty podcast. He interviews a lot of like celebrities, so I feel like it would keep it interesting for those who have a hard time watching that kind of stuff. Also, if you're more like spiritual, the Manifestation Babe podcast is really good. I love that one. I like the Jay Shetty podcast. I like to recommend that to people because it's on YouTube and you can like see the celebrities talking with the podcast person. I feel like it's really interesting. So just spend time focusing on yourself, quieting your mind, and that will help you, even though you don't think that slowing down and being quiet and still is going to help you because you're not getting stuff done. It really does. My last tip, number 5, is be uniquely yourself. I feel like there's so much pressure to be a certain way or do a certain thing. Something my art teacher taught me is I would always have like a hard time creating art. I literally just did not know like where to even start. And so I was like, what if I just like kind of copied like other artists' ideas? And she literally was like, that's totally fine. Like I do that. She was like, I will copy like other artists' ideas and then try and incorporate like your own thing into other artists' ideas. So like it's the artist's thing. You just gotta keep trying to try different things and incorporate yourself into art. I know I'm sorry, that's so confusing, but just don't think too much about it. Yeah, just go out of the ordinary. If you think it might look weird, do it anyways. If you think it might not turn out good, do it anyways. Like, if you're not risking the biscuit and doing weird stuff like constantly, you're not gonna grow. Also, under the tip number 5 of being uniquely yourself, I also have a tip that says get a little personal. I really have a soft spot for wolves, and I used to care for wolves in Michigan at this wolf sanctuary. So I like to donate a percentage of my profits to endangered wolves. There's like different like programs I'll donate to, so that's kind of how I make it like personal. I will like thank my followers for like supporting me because they're supporting like a real family, and it helps me buy food and do things with my son rather than spending money on like corporations and stuff. Going off of that, something that's really helped me grow on Instagram is connecting with the Instagram community, connecting with my customers. If someone is messaging me, I'm gonna message them back, whether it be about my dreads, spiritual things, or about my shop. Like I connect with them and I talk to them. I reply to every single comment on like my post or my reels, and I will like ask for my followers' opinions. Like I'll post my story and be like, which one do you guys like better, or would you guys like to see this or this? Like I really care about their opinions and what they want to see from me or hear about from me. And it's like some people maybe not like that. You can kind of fake it till you make it. Try to connect with them and just like keep doing that until you enjoy the process, because I feel like at first I thought of it as like a chore, having to reply to comments or like messages. So at first I would just like do it and be like annoyed, I guess, in a way, because I just didn't like being online. But now when I do it and I'm like actually very grateful for your comment. I'm very grateful for you sharing. And if they message me asking for help on how to find a good sewing machine, I'm happy to help. Like it actually brings me joy to be helping you guys, feeling like I'm making a difference. I'm not just there to make money, I'm there to share my knowledge and connect with you all. So yeah, I just feel like being yourself and connecting with others is really a big part of the business. Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, so my 5 tips I'm going to re-summarize on how to grow your business with Instagram. 1, quality photos and reels. 2, interesting content. 3, quick and to the point, mostly about reels. 4, spend time quieting your mind to come up with good ideas. And 5, being uniquely yourself. And that is all for my video. I hope you guys like this, and I'll see you next time.